Stars of Chrisley Knows Best Todd Chrisley and his wife Julie declined the plea agreement in favor of going to trial. Before the trial had began, there was speculation over their punishment. People initially believed they would serve between 4 and 5 years in prison for tax evasion. They ultimately received a concurrent 19-year sentence. Nevertheless, undoubtedly, it would be intriguing to learn the details of the plea agreement. Why did Todd Chrisley and Julie get convicted? There were other improvements, though most people focus on tax offenses and how severe the 7 and 12-year punishments were. 12 counts of tax evasion, wire and bank fraud, and conspiracy were among them. You may recall that the jury found them accountable on all counts. Perhaps the plea wasn't compelling enough due to the additional fraud-related accusations. Joe Gaius from Bravo's Real Housewives, who also did time behind bars, asserted that Todd Chrisley erred by going to trial. He was aware that a plea deal would result in a reduced sentence based on his personal experience. The children wouldn't have had to be apart from their parents for as long that way. Savannah and Chase still discuss the fact that Savannah's parents refused to enter a plea because they were innocent. However, Chloe and Grayson, who are innocent, are now the ones who suffer. People are wondering why Todd Chrisley rejected the plea agreement. During a recent Reddit thread, PettyLaBelle94 questioned the plea deal they denied. There was an intriguing discussion on how Josh Duggar and other abusers like him receive similar punishments despite the fact that Savannah's parents didn't commit any murders. Followers learned that when a plea is rejected, it is never made public from a person who works in law. The question of what they were offered, therefore, remains unanswered. Even yet, it didn't stop others from making assumptions about Todd Chrisley's motivations. Some thought the former USA Network stars were simply too arrogant to anticipate a lengthy sentence. On the podcast, Todd would rant about unfair persecution by the government, the GA Department of Revenue, that he was fighting these charges for the everyman who couldn't afford to fight, all while trying to muddy the waters with his nonsense because the feds really had something on him, one supporter commented. Would TV stardom save them? Additionally, a follower claimed that Julie and Todd Chrisley's egos prevented them from making a sound judgment regarding a plea deal. I think Todd foolishly believed he could control the narrative, they continued. If I were Julie, I would have flipped to protect myself for my children. But for whatever reason, she is obviously under his grip. Are you of the opinion that the Chrisley Knows Best couple should have simply accepted the plea bargain and a lesser sentence? Was the plea agreement not that good? Or did they think that because they were famous, they would get away with it? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below and check back often for the most recent Chrisley news.